The context of this episode is about a question that my former student asked me about the criteria for judging a best something. I don't want to say anything about it because it's still very fresh, but there's a contest, and then in school, okay, and so I think the school chooses the 3 best performance on something, right? And of course, her group didn't make it to the top 3, okay? And so she was asking, Sir, paano po ba? How do you, what's the criteria? How do you decide which one to be placed on the top 3? And of course, I kind of realized that she didn't make it, so I said, this lady, this girl didn't make it to the top 3, and of course it makes her feel bad, knowing fully well that she really did her best, and then she went through a lot in that process. And of course, what can you say? First of all, you don't really know how these things are done anyway. I mean, there's a criteria, and then there are judges, and they give out scores. So which ones get the highest scores? They're the ones that will be, awarded in the end, right? And I just told her that it's really not important to win, okay? So I know how you feel, in my life as well. I've had so many things that I've done, contests that I joined, singing songs, writing poetry, writing short story, not dancing, but teaching, okay? So, but how do you judge who is the best teacher, who is the best administrator, so all of those things. Sometimes I lose because of technicality, sometimes I really lose, but deep inside, that I didn't, you didn't give your best, or, taking it in another way, maybe you could have won, maybe in a different multiverse or something like that. So I just told her, assured her that, in life, that's really how things are. I mean, we couldn't be all winners. I remember George Carlin saying that, there's a joy in having only one winner. To that effect, okay? So he didn't say that exactly, but imagine if all are winners, Isn't it that the joy of winning will be removed if everybody's a winner? Like, you're a winner, you're the 79th winner, you're the 100th winner, or something like that. And so, isn't it that, you will not strive anymore to be first or to be second or whatever, simply because everybody gets the award anyway. And I think that's the problem also with some people nowadays, they award everybody, and so everybody is aiming to have that ribbon or that medal or something. But in real life, especially if you're not in school anymore, in real life, what comes out is that, the hard facts of it is that no one is really good enough. Come to think of it, even if you do your best, even if you did your best, in the end, you will still just be an employee unless you start your own company. And even if you start your own company, you're not gonna come out immediately on top, right? So it's like that. So if you have so high regard about, yourself, like I did in the past, maybe like I do until now, you'll feel hurt in the process, simply because, not everyone sees things the way you do, I even told her the story of Charlie Chaplin. I don't know if you know the story of Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin is You know Charlie Chaplin, like, he was a famous silent film actor of all those days, And then he was so famous in the US before, so much so that there are contests imitating him. So in one of those days that he traveled in the countryside, he joined one contest uh, on imitating him. I mean, there's a contest of imitating Charlie Chaplin, and Charlie Chaplin himself joined that contest. Okay, and he placed third. So imagine that. So I said something like, if Charlie Chaplin himself, imitating himself, could not even be a winner, so there's something wrong with the world. Okay, so people are going to be judging you, sometimes even better than you or lower than you. So they will never judge the real you, simply because they don't know you are. They don't know who you are. They judge you and your character by what they see in you, and that's just a small part. For example, you posted a picture about Lakers, LA Lakers. People say, "Oh, this guy, he loves basketball and he's rooting for Lakers," but they didn't know, all those things that you have done in the past about basketball. They don't know that you play NBA 2K since its inception in 2K03 or whatever, So they didn't know that. They didn't know that you are, really following it, and you don't really root for any teams. You just love the sheer play of the basketball. And it's not just basketball that you love. You like mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, jeet kundo, or whatever. So all of those things, they don't know that, simply because you don't have time to explain everything to everybody, right? So if there's anyone who can judge you to be a winner or to be a loser, in that regard, it will just be you, So all of these awards, all of these recognitions, for me, they're just lampposts along the way. They're just little things that the world sometimes, give you. Most of the times they don't give you. So I have that, thing that I always remember. So if the world doesn't give you what should be yours, okay? So halimbawa, nagtrabaho ka maigi, you work really hard, but then you get passed off, by in promotion, hindi ka na promote, you were not promoted, you were even kicked out of your work or whatever, right? So okay lang yun. I mean, talaga namang people will not see your real worth. And since there's a law of karma in the universe always pays you back. And sabi nga ni Napoleon Hill would say that it's even good that you are not being paid, if you're not being paid according to your efforts. Because if you are paid more than your efforts, okay, you're being paid well, but you're not doing anything, so you're being paid more than your efforts, then the universe will exact that from you, The universe will take that back from you. So that's overpayment. So there's karma, right? On the other hand, if you're not being paid according to your kind of work, the kind of work that you put in, the universe remembers that, So, and it comes back to you. The longer you will have to wait, the more the compounding interest will accumulate, simply because it wasn't paid you according to your effort. So it's usually best to work more than you are being paid for, work more than you're being recognized for, because recognition is just a way of the world to see who's best at this point in time, and usually it's a fleeting moment. No one remembers that anymore. No one remembers that after a week, a month, a year, a lifetime after, And when you're old and gray, no one will care that you didn't place top 3 in that category that you were, being sad about, or being, upset about, or maybe not that upset, but, you're thinking about. No one cares about that anymore. No one will care about that anymore. And there are many things in life you will have to accumulate all those little losses in those little battles, that you choose. But as long as in the great last war of your life, you come out as a victor, okay? You come out as a winner. And all those little losses will mean nothing. So it's not how the world judges you or the world recognizes you that matters. It's about you looking at yourself, telling yourself that, hey, I did a wonderful job here. It's okay if I didn't get, an academic recognition for a job well done in this PhD of mine or whatever. So long as you're really doing your job, your great job. I mean, you did your best. And in the end, people recognize that, hey, this guy, he makes sense. Why don't we get him as a speaker? Why don't we get him here or there? Why don't we let him teach in this or that? Isn't that recognition enough? That maybe the other people who might have gained that coveted, academic recognition did not even, get to teach in graduate school, for example, or did not get to be a consultant in one company. So as I said, the world gives you whatever it owes you and more. So let the other people reap their own rewards at their proper moment. So don't compare yourself with others. Don't compare yourself with other people. Look to your own star. That star is your goal. And it continuously inspire you wherever you are. Okay, so in the darkness, it shines for you. And that's the only thing that matters. Your goal in life. So you have to focus on that. And don't compare yourself with other people who might be enjoying good things now, and don't feel bad about them, don't feel, in a way, in the future, you will not be successful. No, that's not how it is, because that's also a negative karma, so don't feel bad about other people or don't wish them ill, because you really have to just focus on living a good life and doing your best and giving more, even if the people around you couldn't pay back in the same way that you should be, so don't look at the rewards. Sabi nga nung kanta parang kalimutan ko na. Para, Panginoon, turuan mo akong maging bukas palad. Na makibakang hindi inaalintana. To give and not to count the cost. To fight and not to heed the wounds. To toil and not to seek for rest. To labor and not ask for rewards. Save that of knowing that I did your most holy will. What a wonderful lyrics, di ba? Especially if you are putting that in the context of, paghahandog ng sarili. Okay, so offering your life to the Lord, and offering your life to the people around you, right? So it doesn't matter how the world judges you, gives you rewards, gives you recognition, or even pays you in money terms, Because in the end, you will look at that and say, oh, ba't ganun? I'm exacting a lot of, I'm doing a lot of efforts, pero other people are being paid more than I am, effort ka ng effort. Minsan, madaling araw na, kinakasuper ng mga estudyante, and then in the end, hindi ka naman pa nila kukuling statistician. Sasabihin na lang nila sa'yo, sir, muling na lang po kami sa dati namin statistician, whatever. Samantalang nag-consult na sila sa'yo, hindi na nila binayaran. Samantalang other people might get paid, I don't know, 100,000, 200,000 just by doing these things for others. Diba? yun dapat ang mindset mo would be always yung ginagawa mo, hindi ka dapat humingi ng kapalit. Alam mo yun, mahirap talaga siya. It's hard. Kasi parang, it's stupid to, especially in this time and age, sometimes talaga you feel na, ba yan? I'm always giving, when will I be getting? Okay, so, parang sinasayang mo, you're just wasting your time and effort for all these people who will not care about you, when you are old and gray, when you are in need, no one will help you in the way that you help them. Okay, diba? And you're always giving them for free. Okay, so bisan na iisip mo din naman yun pero well, depende na lang, so siguro next time talagang you will just focus on your job, and just focus on what you need to do. But ako pa rin, I really believe, I'm the optimistic one. I really believe that in the end, everything that you did, that's good, without asking for return, it comes back to you in whatever positive way. Na hindi mo na na-realize na, you were blessed pala that way. Hindi ka na nagkaroon ng problema, hindi ka na nagkaroon ng disaster, nag-meet ng accident, hindi ka nagkasakit, the people around you are healthy. Isn't that blessing already? Isn't that rewards already? So it's talagang attitude of gratitude. So whether or not ikaw ay mabigyan ng award, whether or not you were given an award or reward, a grant or something good, it's just an icing on the cake. What matters is the cake. And the cake is that the Lord loves you and the Lord will always be there with you. And in the end, you are always truly, truly blessed because there are people who loves you to the very end.